I'm Danny and I'm Animal Care Assistant and Assistant Education Officer here at Cheltenham Animal Shelter, and this is one of our current residents, Toffee. So today we're going to show you how to do a health check on a rabbit. So when you're doing health checks, it's really important to have your rabbit on the floor. So rabbits are really social animals, but they don't really like being picked up. They're able to move around and get away as they please. So it's also good if you have little beds like this. This makes them feel really nice and comfortable to be handled as well. So when health checking a rabbit, you want to start with the front and make your way back. So the first thing you're going to check is the teeth. So again, before I start, make sure you're only doing what your rabbit feels comfortable with doing. If your rabbit doesn't like having its ears touched, you'll just skip that bit of the health check. So first of all, we're going to do Toffee's teeth. So all you've got to do, there's a natural parting here in their mouth, so you just pull that apart and you can see his teeth. So you want to be checking the gums are nice and pink, not pale, and you're also very important to make sure the rabbit's teeth aren't overgrowing. So rabbits' teeth and their claws continually grow. So rabbits need to constantly eat because they can get blockages quite easily. So it's good to always make sure your rabbit has fresh hay, so this will naturally gnaw down their teeth and prevent blockages. So 80% of a rabbit's diet is actually made up of hay. If you do notice your rabbit's teeth are starting to curl around, they're slightly curved round, you can take it to the vets and they can sort out your rabbit's teeth for you. So the next thing you want to check is the nose. So for the nose, you just want to be checking that there's no discharge. So if rabbits can actually get colds, so you want to take them to the vets immediately for antibiotics because a cold can be quite dangerous for a rabbit. So the next thing you want to check is the rabbit's eyes. So you want them to be nice, clear and bright like Toffee's here. The things you want to be looking out for is there any discharge? Is there any discolour? Is there any swelling? Are they red? So anything like that would be cause for concern. So next up is each of the ears. So you just want to look up in the ear, check they're nice and clean, which Toffee's are. You want to check there's no dirt, no wax. It's also if they're a bit smelly, so if an animal's ears smell, that can be a sign of infection as well. So to do the body, you want to make your hand like a little butterfly. The reason you want to do this is so you can feel both sides of your rabbit's body at the same time. So for instance, if there was something abnormal like a lump on the right side, you can then compare it to the left to know that it shouldn't be there. So you want to be looking for lumps and bumps, are there any scabs, cuts, that sort of thing. You also want to check the skin coat, is there any dandruff, is the skin looking a bit sore, itchy, red. So Toffee is here, his fur is nice and soft and there's nothing that we can feel here. So for the feet, you want to be checking each of the claws. So a lot of animals are uncomfortable with having their feet touched. So again, if your animal doesn't like having their feet touched, don't feel the need to do this. So I'm just going to do the front one here because Toffee doesn't mind this one. So you want to check again the claws. You want to make sure they're not curving around, get them cut immediately if they are. You don't want them to curve around and go into, it can be quite painful for them. You want to be checking if there's any grass seeds in the pads. Is there any cuts, swollenness between the toes, that sort of, especially this time of year for the grass seeds. So when your rabbit's moving around, it's also important to check the mobility. So is your rabbit limping? Are they able to jump normally? Just watching them do that sort of thing to make sure they're able to move around comfortably. And the last thing is the worst bit to check is the bum and the tail. So for this, Toffee would be a little bit uncomfortable with me doing it, so I'm not going to do it today, but for the, you want to check if there's any soiled items there. So if your rabbit does have some number 2s and some number 1s, to be polite on camera, you want to make sure you wipe them, so you don't want things like fly strike to happen, especially during the summer, it's quite hot. It's also an indicator as why is your rabbit not being able to groom himself in that area, so you want to look into, is there an issue with the mobility there? So you want to check that it's nice and clean down there, just to avoid stuff like fly strike happening, because it's quite bad for your bunny. So that is how you health check your bunny. I'm pleased to say Toffee is in perfect condition.